Phone.
Georgie Phone
Double tap to select.
Georgie Phone is very easy to use, but it is also very sophisticated, and there are lots of things you can change to make it better for you. Let's examine some of these choices and preferences.
Georgie. Double tap to select. Georgie, page 1 of 2.
So double tapping on Georgie takes you to Preferences.
Preferences. Preferences, page 1 of 2.
Double tapping on Preferences takes you to quite a lot of choices.
Hold down to reset phone speech, brightness, volume and buttons to default settings.
Default settings. That means if you get into a muddle with your settings and you want to go back to how it was originally, simply go for that default option.
Colours.
Colours.
Colours, page 1 of 6.
There you are, plenty of choice there. Some people might see white on black or yellow on black best, I don't know. There are lots more pages of colour choices to choose.
Close button. Preferences, page 1 of 2.
Volume.
Volume.
When you're outside you want the phone to be quite loud, when you're inside you might want it quiet. So that's a general volume setting.
Brightness.
Brightness, the same. Some people like it bright because their eyes aren't good. Some like it dim because perhaps they can't see at all and they don't want to waste battery on driving the screen. Let's
Home button.
go to the next
Preferences, page 2 of 2. Buttons.
Buttons. This is interesting.
Double tap to select. Buttons, page 1 of 2.
Okay, on this screen we've got 4 buttons. They're quite large. Now, some of us might prefer more or less buttons to make seeing easier.
Next page button. Buttons, page 2 of 2.
So
5, 6,
or even
7.
7 buttons. I'll go for 5.
5.
That's actually
Number
my
of
choice.
buttons
5
set
buttons.
to 5.
Let's close that.
Close button. Preferences, page 1 of 2.
So that's buttons. And do you see now buttons has come onto the first page?
Buttons. Next page button.
Now we'll get on to Advanced.
Advanced preferences, page 1 of 2.
Remember, we're still in Preferences and Choices.
Input.
Input, you can either drive your phone by speaking to it using your voice, or you can have an on-screen keyboard and tap the keys to enter things like names and addresses and that kind of stuff, and phone numbers.
Input. Output.
Output, you can have your phone talk to you. I don't mean when you're having a phone conversation. Phone numbers and messages can speak to you, or they can be in the form of large clear print on the screen and no speech.
Output. Notifications.
Notification, well, notification means if you get a reminder or an alert or a phone call or a text, you can have them nice, loud and clear, easy to hear, so that you're alerted.
Fonts.
Fonts, you can have big fonts, small fonts, or very large fonts, just according to your need.
Units.
Units. This is quite interesting. You can listen to your directions when you're travelling in meters or in yards and feet and miles.
Next page button. Advanced preferences, page 2 of 2. Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Well, if you tick heartbeat, the phone makes a steady ba-boom, ba-boom to show that it's working, alive. If it's in your pocket, or if you can't see it all, you want to be sure sometimes that it's actually working.
User level.
And then this is the last of the big preferences.
User level. User level, page 1 of 1.
There are 3 choices here.
Standard.
Standard, that's a kind of basic mode. You're just using Georgie apps, and you don't really, you're not really able to control the rest of the phone and all its other facilities.
Advanced.
Advanced means you can use Georgie Phone, and it'll always go back to Georgie Phone when you press the home key, but you do get access to the other features of the phone. And Expert, well, if you use the Expert choice there, then Georgie Phone is just one of the many app choices on your phone, and you don't get all the specialist facilities when you switch the phone on. So there we go, that's a roundup of the choices and the preferences for Georgie Phone.